All right, we are on the play here in match 4 of this league with Rug Delver. That's a keep. So we're gonna keep. See what the opponent decides to do. They kept 2. All right. Steam Vents Visions or Fetch Breeding Pool Visions. That's basically the only decision we have to make here. We're definitely playing out this Visions on 1. I want to play Goyf on 2, but we might not. We probably just want to get the fetch in the graveyard. Gets it out of the way for Scry, gets it into the graveyard in case we want Goyf to be big. Not ideal against something like a burn deck, but we've got a lot of stuff going on for that sort of deck because look at all this removal we have. We could slam a Goyf onto. We're on the play, so that already helps against aggro. Bolt, bolt. And we drew into the Forked Bolt with Serum Visions, which was absolutely not part of the decision, since we drew after doing the thing that the decision was relevant towards. I think that wording makes sense, but it very well may not. I wanted Mandrills on top in case we were playing against something like mid-range control. Snapcaster Mage, not great when pretty much all of our spells do the same thing. We could snap Visions, but that's not really what you want Snapcaster Mage for. We're gonna slam Goyf. The only question in my mind is which land am I playing? Shock or no shock? I think I just want to shock here. The opponent's probably not getting that aggressive. Allows us to cast 2 burn spells if we top deck a red source and are so inclined. A Godless Shrine for the opponent. That could be a lot of things. A lot of things. Windswept Heath makes Taxes decks a lot less likely. Ancient Ziggurat. Okay. Smells Like Humans. Freebooter. Cool. So, about that. About that. That's pretty funny, right? Which spell do they not want us to kill the freebooter with? Because that freebooter's not going to survive very long. We're going to draw. It's another bolt. Okay, so this is just extremely unlikely. We shouldn't be drawing that many bolt effects. I'm going to use 1 bolt on the freebooter because it puts instant in the bin. And, well, we're playing against humans, probably the collected company variant because of the Godless Shrine, but maybe not. I don't think the 5-color Aether Vial version runs Godless Shrine, but it might. Aether Vial? Well, now we know. Now we know. Thalia, cool. Cool, cool, cool. We're gonna untap. It's a Traverse. I don't care about that. They could chump with Thalia if we give them the option to. We're gonna do this because it's probably the best utility Forked Bolt is going to get. Doing extra damage to the face seems decent. I doubt we're going to end up getting a 2-for-1 with that Forked Bolt. Goyf in, go to the opponent. I'm leaving Mandrills in hand and not even trying to cast it. I mean, in that spot, I think you want to use the burn spell anyways. But I'm leaving this Mandrills in hand. 1, just in case we have a bobble and can turn on this Traverse to get something like a Snapcaster Mage. Because that would just, like... We already have 4 burn spells this game, which is obscene. I play 6, and we drew 4 in the top 12 cards. That's nuts. Completely nuts. So... the Traverse isn't actually even important. It took me a little bit to get there. the traverse doesn't actually matter at this point, probably. If the opponent draws extremely well and we draw very poorly, it might. So that's not really even why I'm not playing the traverse. It's more, we may as well not play it because I'm going to push damage here. We may as well not bother playing out the mandrills just in case they have something like a reflector mage. For now, we're just going to fire off our burn spells. We either play the burn spells or the mandrills. Now that we have so much in the graveyard and a fetch land, we actually have the option of just playing the mandrills and using that burn spell we used to get damage through. I wasn't playing the mandrills in case they had reflector mage, bounce Goyf, then we can't play the Goyf, at which point I would play the mandrills to sort of make up for that tempo loss. At this point of the game, I think we just flood the board. Yeah, traverse doesn't matter. Oh, we could always use the traverse. No, we already made our land drop. We're just gonna not really care about that traverse. Do we leave Bolt in the bin? Probably just in case they have Freebooter. Traverse seems pretty unimportant here. We made Goyf a little smaller. Do I actually care? What's this? Spell Queller? They're playing Spell Queller? They can't Queller mandrills. Reflector Mage? They might get upset. I don't know if they were trying to Spell Queller mandrills. In any case, we can cast Bolt at our leisure. And go to the opponent. Excuse me. Alright, so what's going on? We're playing against... So far, we've only seen 4 colors. We haven't seen red yet. I believe red in the... I don't even want to say common humans list, but I guess it's common enough that we can pull it up on MTG Goldfish these days. 4.62% apparently. So let's see. Can I call it the common list? 96% of them play Mantis Rider. Fantastic. The common list splashes red for Mantis Rider in the main, as well as some sideboard options in Izzet Staticaster, Vithian Renegades, which is a 3-mana 3/2. It's red and green, 1 generic, and when it enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact. So it's kind of like a Rex Sage, but it's a human instead of an elf. And I think that's it for red. Yeah, that's all this breakdown has. So that's what the common list splashes red for. We don't know if our opponent is actually splashing red at this point. We do know that they had a slow start and we had a fast start, as well as we had pretty much just everything we needed to deal with their creatures, which really let us get ahead on board. This matchup often ends up being a bit of a race. The opponent can goldfish much faster than we can. Actually, I've never done the math on their goldfish. I'm assuming they can goldfish faster than we can. Don't actually know. 2 mana. It's a Mantis Rider. Awesome. I should probably get in the right window. I was still in Chrome. Is this a swing for 5? They're definitely swinging with the Mantis Rider. Do I even care? Do I bolt the Mantis Rider first? Probably. Oh, should probably fetch to do that. Stomping Ground? We'll get the Steam Vents. May as well have triple blue. Not a lot matters at this point. Actually... Huh. If I bolt the Mantis Rider, they might flash in a Mayor of Avabruck. What happens in that scenario? We're at 12. We're going to take 4, 5, 6. We go down to 6. They'll have 2 blockers. This is a 4/4. That's not great. I might want to play around Mayor of Avabruck and Thalia. Thalia's lieutenant, to be specific. We shouldn't have shocked there. I don't want to bolt. I don't think bolting there is good. Pass to them. I think bolting in this spot is too risky because of Violon 2. We should be at 9. We're going to attack, of course. We actually could lose this because of that bad play. If they tap the Vial, I probably just want to kill the Mantis Rider. Mantis Rider not very good against Bolt. Probably why it doesn't see that much play in this format. Meddling Mage. Well, a little late to name Bolt, but that's probably what you name anyways. Abandon Reason. That's great. That is completely fantastic. That's not a good block. They shouldn't be blocking Mandrills. Of course, I believe the joke is that they've abandoned Reason. Usually, I think from what I've seen on streams, when people have cards like that and the game's basically over, if they want... Yeah, they named Vampire off this, so someone won. I don't know if it's us, but somebody won. They actually have a vampire. Oh, this isn't humans. This is 5-color aggro. Oh, jeez. That Thalia. Okay, we're not dead yet. Wow. They aren't dead, though. They're not dead. Yes, we're dead. Wow, the shock. The shock. Okay, so there's that. There's that. When you make bad plays, you win less. So anyways, this is not the humans deck that we thought it was. Kind of cool that the 5-color aggro deck splashes for freebooter now. It's not even a splash, I guess. Is that deck common enough to find online? I think that's like the original Ancient Ziggurat modern deck. At least for when I've been playing Modern. So, that deck uses a bunch of 5-color lands to use not a single tribal type, it uses a bunch of card types. So, sometimes it almost always plays Noble Hierarch, because Hierarch's great. I don't think I've ever seen it play disruptive cards like Freebooter and Meddling Mage, but maybe it's trying to be more humans-like. Often they play Siege Rhino as their top end. They have been playing Mantis Rider for a while. So there's that. So I guess it's just a bit more fish style now after the humans deck. So how are we going to combat that? We're going to want these. EE looks good. So does the Mountain. They did have Aether Vial, but I don't know if we want to fight them there. Does mean them not being on humans means that they have significantly fewer 2-mana lords. I don't think they have any 2-mana lords. Them having Spell Queller maybe should have tipped me off at that, so maybe I should have just bolted the Mantis Rider immediately. What did they flash in on 2? Meddling Mage. Well, Meddling Mage could have named Bolt as soon as it entered, but we would have already cast it in that scenario. I'm not sure if I should have just gone for it. I don't think I want counter spells. I kind of want Blood Moon. I definitely want Pyroclasm. I'm thinking maybe 2 Blood Moon. What are we going to cut? Shoal. I don't know if I want to fight them on the Aether Vial axis. I kind of like cutting Knuckleblade. I want to cut one of these, the Thought Scours. I'm not sure how we should be approaching this matchup. Probably Stubborn Denials, because they're almost entirely creatures. Actually, they're probably all creatures. Something like that. I don't think... Besides Aether Vial, that is, they're probably all creatures. They might be running Paths. Oh, Spell Snare looks pretty bad. I could run 1 Spell Snare. 14 seconds. Thought Scour's probably better. Maybe just both Thought Scours. Maybe I keep the Traverses in. That's possible. We're trying to be a bit mid-rangey. Let's try that. Don't know how well this is going to go. We'll be on the play again. That hand's a keep. That hand is a keep. We're going to get aggressive. Grab a basic island off of that Flooded Strand. I kind of punted that. Yeah, I'd say I did punt that. We're in an amazing spot. And then we kind of screwed the pooch, so to speak. Oh, I have an EE. That's why it's not passing priority. If we didn't shock there, they wouldn't have been able to kill us, which means they probably don't attack there. We attack. The vampire gives us trouble, that's for sure. They can block, sack something that chumped, have the Falcon Wrath, eat something like mandrills maybe. They still take damage off trample. I'm not sure how that plays out. I'm gonna try to clock them with Aberration if we have the chance. Back-to-back Tarmogoyfs should do a decent job of clogging up the ground. Aether Vial, yep. We could actually... No, we can't EE that. Mandrills. We can play that. Do I want to play that? I don't know. It's debatable that we should have scoured it away since we already have a good few threats. That might have been better. We're going to attack. Get in for one. If we scour here, we give up Delver Scry. I kind of just want to get a Stomping Ground and play a Tarmogoyf. It's almost impossible that our opponent is playing something like Lightning Bolt. So it doesn't really matter how much toughness this Goyf has right now. It will soon, but not yet. Ancient Ziggurat, one of the main spells in their deck. This is a Meddling Mage, I imagine. I'd name Lightning Bolt. That's what I think these decks generally name against us, but I don't actually know. I think that's your best bet. From their perspective, we're almost certainly running 4. The opponent did name Bolt. And it's also really good. So we don't reveal that, but do we scour it away? We draw it, we shock, we thought scour, we swing. I don't hate having the third land. I do want to cast my second Tarmogoyf here. We're going to scour, make this Goyf a little bigger. Really want to be able to attack with that Goyf right now. Milled over Goyf and Mandrills. 3-4 is okay. Not going to swing with the Delver because that would be really bad. Now, instead of playing out Goyf, we have the option to play the Misty and go the Delver Scry route. But it might just be better to take some damage and have another 3-4. Especially if we just don't play out this Mandrills. Because that's going to allow these Goyfs to be really big. I think that's what we should do. I really don't know. The fourth land is actually kind of nice for EE. Noble Hierarch, that makes sense. It's going to make something like a Mantis Rider really good. EE on 2 doesn't look so good. EE on 3 is going to take a while. Not sure this Engineered Explosives is actually good against this deck. Most tribal decks focus on 2 mana. This isn't actually a tribal deck. Smells like Mantis Rider. Nope. On a Fenza. Well, that's pretty good. Okay, so that attack makes me think they have a 2-mana Lord in hand. Because this is just a 3-3, and they're not attacking a 3-3 into my 3-4. Not unless they have something, or they just want to bluff, which could be fair. I don't know if I like just bluffing from their spot, but I could see it. Don't think it's worth the risk. This Anafenza is going to do a lot of work soon. Aether Vial. Thalia's Lieutenant. So are they playing humans? What's going on? Steam Vents. Not something I want to reveal. Okay. So. This is not a good spot. This is really quite bad. EE is doing very little. I think I'm going to end up cracking the EE soon. I kind of want to play out Mandrills so we can block as much as possible, but that's going to shrink some Tarmogoyfs. So how big can we keep these Goyfs? Instant, a couple lands. We can add one more land, but that's going to cause us to take damage. That might be our best bet. We take some damage. We probably find a forest to do that. We delve all 3 lands because they have 1. We delve a creature, and then we're going to have to shrink the Goyfs at that point, unless we just pay more mana. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even have to play the fetch. We're just going to tap out. That's fine. We've got nothing better to do, so 1 creature, 2 lands. Play Mandrills, go to the opponent. We are firmly on blocking duty. And this is not a board we can attack into, which is really quite bad, because we want to clock this deck. That or we just want to slam a Huntmaster. Either one's fine. Doing neither, not great. Not great at all. I do like clogging up the board. I don't like them having that Vial so high up. I think if we go to game 3, I'm boarding in Artifact Destruction. Vial seems better for this deck than I thought it was. I don't think the deck I'm thinking of even played it, but maybe this is like a humans 5-color aggro hybrid? I don't know. That's not bad. They could flash something in. I actually think I'm going to triple block this on Offensa just in case they have a Reflector Mage. We're going to take 4. How bad's that? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. I think on Offensa is worse for us. I might just chump it. Aberration not doing much. Not doing much. Think I'd rather have the 4 life. Let's see what the opponent's got. I think I like blocking like that. Really, I don't know. I have very little experience against humans. I have even less against this. They're taking out Mandrills, it looks like. Oh, we went to damage. That's not bad. We traded Mandrills for Anafenza, which I like. Unless they just have follow-up Anafenza. We traded Delver for 4 life. Here's a Thalia. Her Lieutenant will grow. 1 mana, another Hierarch. Lieutenant gets bigger. Alright, what are we going to do? EE on 2 is looking better and better. Do we just EE on 2? Use the Bauble, grow the Goyfs, swing, get some damage in. We can't EE on 2 because of Thalia. Okay. Okay. We're going to play this. We're going to cast this. Cancel. Let's see. We need red, green, blue, EE, this. Ah, jeez. Almost screwed up. It's okay. It's okay. Undo. 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 Try that again. Red, blue, blue, to make sure this is 2. Using colorless mana or changing EE CMC. Very relevant for what it can be. We paid 3 mana, but it's 2. We almost made it 3, which would have been really bad. We're going to play that. We can pop it. I don't want to pop it yet, because I wanted to play this Bauble first. So, we're going to block for another turn. And then we're going to do some EE stuff. This, once again, might be awful. I don't know if this is a good play. I hope it's a good play. If this is Mantis Rider, I'm in trouble. Sound Offensa. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. We're still in heaps of trouble, but it's fine. We can do it. At the very least, we're going to learn a thing or two about fighting decks like this. And that's all we can hope to accomplish. That is the quintessential dream. Aether Vial. Sure. They go to combat, and we're going to face down some stuff. Anafenza not swinging is interesting. So, do we play around a 4-mana Lord? I don't think we do. I'm going to crack this. Look at my top card in case I want to fetch. They swung with the 2 CMC dudes because of this. It's an island. We're going to end up fetching. Attacks are fine. Block here. Block here. I don't think there's a 4-mana Lord they could have. Maybe they didn't realize Bauble would grow the Goyfs. Because that attack seems awful. It gets rid of their 2 CMC dudes. But at the same time, all they did was make EE bad. That attack just... it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. We're going to untap. Draw a couple cards. Should help. Pyroclasm. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. What a wonderful card. Can we afford to attack? I don't know. Red, green, blue. We're going to do that. They might flash in the vampire, which could be trouble. Almost certainly will be trouble. Not them flashing it in now, but them flashing it in, say, on the end step. Well, Goyfs are 5/6s because Pyroclasm put a sorcery in the bin, so I kind of just want to play this Bauble and pass. Cast. Oh, Thalia's gone. Yeah, free Bauble. That's what I'm talking about. Look at their top card. I'm going to draw. Reflecting Pool. Okay. For a second, I thought that said Reflector Mage. And I was worried. I'm not going to attack yet, but very soon I will. Mana Leak. Okay. That's good for things that they can't vial in. We're probably not going to crack that EE anytime soon. It did force the opponent into making bad attacks, so that's good. On the flip side, it's not doing anything, so that's bad. But technically, this EE took out Thalia's Lieutenant and Meddling Mage without destroying our Tarmogoyfs. And that's pretty cool. Creature spells that are counterable. Bye-bye, Freebooter. Dope. Opponent has no cards. We have 2/5/6 Goyfs. Let's do the thing. This is actually kind of worse than Ratchet Bomb in this specific case, because we could take this up to 3 and deal with Anafenza if it were Ratchet Bomb. I'm gonna Visions. I like being on this side of the game. It's much preferable. I'm just gonna look up that Vampire quickly, though. Oh, that's so good. Bottom. Bottom. Okay. Traverse. Get a Goyf. I feel like we traverse getting Goyf. I'd get Huntmaster, but we don't have the mana. Nux is out of the deck. We do have... I just want to make sure we have a Goyf in the library. We're going to get in for 10. If I didn't have something to help block, I probably wouldn't have swung like that. Is there any way they punish us for getting Tarmogoyf? I can't think of one. Maybe we end up needing the engineered explosives? Probably not. I don't think that's relevant. Having an extra 5/6 seems much better when the opponent only gets to draw one card. Don't think they have a way out of this. They might, but I'm not sure. They scooped. Alright, we made it through game 2. Did I say this was match 4? I feel like I said this is match 4. Regardlessly, it's going to be in the title, because we're going to be trying that. Blood Moon might be good. I do want to blow up vials. Maybe we go to 1 Blood Moon, especially because we're on the draw. I feel like I can justify that. We can take out the Thought Scour we brought back. Maybe we take out a Mandrills. I can live with that. Bring the Thought Scour back in. Maybe we take out Spell Snare. We could leave in Spell Snare, though, because they have a lot of 2s. I think I'm going to run this. I don't know if it's right. Like I said, not a lot of experience against this deck. But we're going to do it. Let's see how it goes on the draw for Game 3 against 5-color humans, aggro. I'm going to call it humans. Technically, Spell Queller is just a very good card. I'm going to keep this hand. And the vampire, I want to say its name is Falkenrath Gorger. Falkenrath Gorger. I believe that card just so happens to... No, it's not the Gorger. That technically has human synergy as well because it lets you sack humans. I'm going to grab a Steam Vents. And because of the Pyroclasm, I'm actually considering not playing Delver of Secrets here. Oh, but Freebooter is a concern. I don't want to let them have a really good Freebooter. Falkenrath Aristocrat? Might be Aristocrat. That looks like the card. I think we just did it, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like we did. Alright. Snapcaster Mage. That's not going to get revealed. It is pretty good, though. We probably just slam a Hooting Mandrills here. We can't if we want Blood Moon mana, but Blood Moon's a 1-of, so I think I'm okay with not having Blood Moon mana. We're going to fetch, shock, get a Breeding Pool. Actually, I think I'd rather have double red. We're going to fetch, shock, get a Stomping Ground, 2 cards in the bin, Thought Scour, makes 5 Mandrills. Now, 1 mana creatures that deal with Delver effectively, I don't believe they exist. So, I'm just going to do that. They've got Hierarch, but Hierarch doesn't block Delver favorably. I believe playing Mandrills is our best bet here. We're going to have to go to 14. That I don't like. Get double red. Means we don't have double blue. I should have gotten Steam Vents. No, I had to get a green source. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't think about the fact that getting double red on a green source means that I don't have double blue. Makes me sad to delve away this bolt because we have a Snapcaster Mage in hand, but makes me happy to have a 4/4 Hooting Mandrills when the opponent has precisely 1 land in play. That was their first land. I'm an idiot. I thought they missed a land drop. Champion of the Parish. Makes sense. I'm going to call this 5-color humans. Falkenrath Aristocrat is just spice, as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of a human. It's in the family. No, they definitely... Did we miss a land drop too? Because this has 2 counters on it, which means this is their 3rd turn. Did I screw up? No, they're on the play. They did miss a land drop. Somehow I thought I was on the play. That's kind of funny. The opponent has seen the light and realizes how amazing Tarmogoyf is. They don't even care that we can cast bolts. I might actually just Pyroclasm this board, 2 for 2 myself. I kind of like that. I'm going to be blunt. I kind of like that. I'm going to start by casting Serum Visions. Get an island. See where that takes us. Well, bottom both of these. Tarmogoyf makes me kind of happy to put creature in the bin and get rid of this thing stopping me from casting Tarmogoyfs. I think this is a good 2 for 2. I think that's worth it. Go to them. Reflector Mage would be pretty good here, but we just follow that up with a Tarmogoyf, so that's fine. The Champion of the Parish is going to very quickly get out of Pyroclasm range, so I like popping it off there. I wonder if Kozilek's Return is actually good here. The instant speed doesn't seem bad because of Vile. You can respond to champion triggers, so I could see that being useful. Mantis Rider, gonna be pretty good. Looks like they don't have the 2-mana Lord. That's also good. Good for us. Another land. Little bit of mana flood. Well, we attack. In for 4. Once we play out Goyf, we might be winning the race. Don't think I want to play any fetch lands because I don't know if I actually want that mana. Don't know if we're going to need more than 4 mana this game. And I'd rather not take the damage if we don't. The reason that's relevant to not playing a fetch here is I might just want to flash in a 2-1. You know? Have a little extra body. Against Aether Vial, that seems a little worse. The opponent found their land. Good for them. Got a basic, that makes sense. Also, fetching makes Mantis Rider better, which is certainly relevant. The opponent heading into combat. I'm gonna take 3. Snap or Snap Visions? That's the question. Flash in Snapcaster Mage or go for Snap Visions. 2, 3 mana, all white. What is this? Thalia? Fiend Hunter. Oh. Oh dear. That's going to be pretty good. That's going to be pretty good. Well, that makes the 2-1 a lot worse, unless we're blocking something on the ground. They actually might just take our entire board if they have a Reflector Mage. We might be in a terrible spot. Oh dear. That's going to resolve. That makes me want to go for Snap Visions, I think. Untap. Take a draw. Tarfire. How good's that? Tarfire Snap Tarfire? That's certainly good. We're going to attack here. The ability to Tarfire Snap Tarfire makes this attack very nice because it makes their blocks terrible. If they let this in, oh, okay. Okay. Are they double blocking? That's a weird block. They know we have Trample, right? Because they blocked a Mandrills earlier. And it makes me wonder if they know we have Trample. We're going to get Goyf back. I'm going to play a land. Because there's not much reason to not play a land. And I'm going to hold up Tarfire Snap Tarfire. Because that seems great. This is exciting. Boy. I'm actually almost shaking. I'm on the verge of shaking. Which is really quite something. It's a very intense match. I'm having a lot of fun. I usually have fun when we play Magic. Alright, is this a Falkenrath Gorger? It's 4 mana. Falkenrath Aristocrat. I keep getting it wrong. So, if they sack a creature, this can get haste. Sorry, this can get indestructible. However, they swing. They might have a Spell Queller. That's possible. If they have a Spell Queller, I think we just lose. If they don't, we probably win. So, what's going to happen here is we're about to take lethal. Therefore, we're going to Tarfire this. And if they let that resolve, awesome. If they sacrifice the Mantis Rider to keep this alive, that's still fantastic. if they flash in a Spell Queller exiling this, we don't have any outs. So I'm going to do this and say, do you have it, opponent? Do you have Spell Queller? They do! Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. And because that exiles the Tarfire, that Snapcaster Mage is doing a lot of nothing. That's gonna happen. That's game. They did it. Flash in this. Let them know. They did a good thing. GG's opponent. With Xaxes. Pyroclasm or Serum Visions? I'm gonna say Serum Visions. This, of course, doesn't matter. We're gonna take 7. GG's opponent. That was a fun one. Alright, and they take the match probably because of our pretty significant misplays in Game 1. But you know what? We had a lot of fun there. I don't even care that I'm 1-3 heading into match 5. It doesn't matter anymore. I can pay for a league a week. That's acceptable. I don't have to actually win. We're having fun playing Magic and we're learning. So you know what? That's the goal. And that'll do. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.